Peru embraces one of the largest hubs of biodiversity on planet Earth, with over 150,000 different types of plant species. It is the birthplace of the longest river and the richest waters, namely the Amazon. We were magnetized to this land, and individually but collectively, we all decided it was our soul journey, as each and every one of us has his or her own personal spiritual reasons to be here. We are here to meet our ancestors, and listen and learn from them and offer practical solutions. We will be using the most advanced clean technologies that have been suppressed from us for many years. In fact, these technologies have been used in weaponry by the military-industrial complex. We know that we are here to gain knowledge from the mastered plants and ancient customs of the forest people. We also are aware why poverty is in abundance here, because this territory has been looted, pillaged, and destroyed for global, capitalistic, corporate gain. With our combined inner wisdom, we will learn knowledge of the rainforest and let her teach us how to interface with her using friendly and self-sustainable technologies, while in return, we will learn to heal the toxic lifestyles of ourselves and the global population. There is only one Amazonia, and this is our mission. Our vision of the future is to spread self-sustainable living within and around the region to heal and reconnect with Mother Earth. Tarapoto is a city of 70,000 people, with a further 50,000 in outlying areas, and it is set in the San Martin district of Peru, and in an area of Amazonia known as the Selva Alta de Amazonia. Tarapoto is 400 miles approximately north-northeast of Lima, and takes 1 hour by air on LAN Airlines, Avianca, or Star Peru. Otherwise, there is an adequate bus service from Lima which takes 30 hours over the Andes. Once in Tarapoto, you can get around by moto taxi, which are very efficient and inexpensive. The hotels range from backpack accommodation to many lush city hotels to the extreme jungle retreats, which are more expensive. Because this area is so rich in natural resources and in an abundance of water, it is not difficult to see why the indigenous peoples are self-sustainable and live a holistic lifestyle. The world has much to learn from them. Simply by geographical location, Tarapoto seems to be the gateway to the Amazonian Cleanup Project. San Roque do Cambaza, north of Tarapoto by 20 kilometers, is chosen as the start location for cleansing of Amazonia. San Roque is the first town below where the Rio Cambaza begins, with no evidence further upstream of toxic industry. David is the co-founder of Mission I'm Possible and the founder of MIP Peru. He is originally from the United Kingdom. He broadcasts weekly to an international audience. This is an online radio and TV broadcast on Saturdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which can be found at the official website of MIP Peru. The official website of MIP Peru found here at www.xi4.com. David is the coordinator and project manager in MIP Peru with over 30 years construction experience. David attained a Master Carpenter's ticket in 1980, a Project Design Management ticket in 1995 and 1998, and an Ocean Yacht Master ticket with Celestial Navigation in 2002. David practices, designs, and builds free energy devices on location. He teaches the village children how to build these devices so they can take them home and show others around them. He has hopes that the professors in the colleges will accept that free energy exists all around us and will incorporate this easy technology into their curriculum. David is an educating expeditionary. He is investigating the metaphysics, self-healing, and holistic construction techniques, converting the science to a practical, understandable level. Lars is a Swedish energy worker. He is running the MIP Peru micro projects at the headquarters in Tarapoto. The picture on the left shows Lars building the demonstration model of our aquaponics garden at MIP Peru headquarters. Lars' passion is sacred geometry. His research into this field allows him to implement this theme into his carpentry and other energy design systems. He is always designing new inventions where he uses icosahedrons, dodecahedrons, and pyramids in beds, gardens, and a myriad of other practical applications. He understands how these geometric patterns enhance our environment. Currently, Lars is building a showcase meditation area that incorporates a wooden, plastic dodecahedron framework, which will be used in the Healing Center in the MIP Peru headquarters. Lars uses natural energy healing techniques on patients that come to us seeking support with imbalances of mind, body, and spirit. Paul is a natural healing energy worker from Canada. He makes orgonite for use in clearing energies and healing. His goal is to share his knowledge with the locals by giving demonstrations about crystals and how to build free energy orgone devices. Paul reaches out to people online to aid in their healing abilities in such areas as their awareness process, spiritual renewal, and self-detoxification. He holds the spiritual balance and space for those who request this technique, which is equally useful in our projects, homes, and businesses. The photo shows Paul on the left and Nelson on the right making biochar in Tarapoto. Rebecca joins us at MIP Peru headquarters on Friday the 27th of December 2014. She brings with her a wealth of knowledge and personal experience in epiculture, permaculture, and microorganisms. She has a pool of knowledge in recycling and self-sustainable living. Our micro and macro projects will benefit from her experience at MIP headquarters in Tarapoto. Rebecca has decided to relocate to Peru from Colombia and takes that giant leap of faith forward and has offered her services initially on a voluntary basis. Rebecca will be able to co-create with the new administration being set up at URKU to accommodate our micro-macro projects. Carl Molson is now here in Peru as of the 29th of December 2014. He brings with him a vast pool of communications and electrical engineering knowledge. His first mission in MIP headquarters will be to convert our mototaxi over to electric power. Many other projects Carl will embark on will be the Pelton wheel, ram pumps, and the Mike Waters turbine, which will convert river water flow into motive force. Carl is an out-of-the-box thinker when it comes to new ideas and simply does not consider conventionally taught science and industry. This has allowed Carl to create a motorized pedal tricycle that can achieve 100 kilometers per hour. Carl would like to combine Mike Waters' wind turbine technology to be used on his tricycle and for the benefit of MIP Peru Works. Mary Aneth is the co-founder of Cerilius, an association dedicated since 2006 to assist in the works of wild animal conservationist Orlando Zagazita, located at the regional protected area called Cordillera Escalera. She believes in empowering the local associations working in the Cordillera Escalera to create dynamic models of preservation and to protect the 150,000 hectares of forest. Currently, she coordinates 4 associations on volunteer programs and seeks to implement them to develop confiscated wild fauna management, fauna repopulation programs, plant medicinal gardens, and the reforestation of endangered species. She is relocating back to Peru after living abroad for 18 years. She wishes to put her experience as a visual artist to create awareness of the right for all living creatures to thrive. Javier is the founder of Chirapa Manta Permaculture Project, oriented to experimentation and sharing of sustainable living. Located in San Roque de Quimbaza, also has built an eco-lodge as a platform to inspire more people to live in harmony with nature and with oneself. Born in Lima, Peru, he has 10 years living in the jungle. He is convinced that it is a crucial place from which to work building the change we need in the planet and humanity, building bridges between the ancestral knowledge and practices and contemporary technologies. Social communicator dedicated to the production of documentary videos related to development projects and the documentary and landscape photography in the San Martin region. We are transcending conventional thought processes and ways of doing things in an amazing and wonderful new collective spirit. Joshua Thomas Wojcicki of the New Energy Industry rewrites the rulebook on energy systems with his magnetic gravity technology. His vision of the merger of Searle Magnetics, Marin T. Kesh, and Nassim Haramein is a mouth-watering prospect for our future. Mike Waters of New Energy Systems Trust also rewrites the rulebook on what we understand about energy and what we perceive about nature. He has boiled it down to just two basic concepts. We must change and restructure the way we live life with regard to nature and energy. Mike's discoveries are setting new precedents around the world. Since our first meeting in October, Daniel has been able to answer all questions relating to MIP Peru's new forthcoming project administration. He is supporting our basic intent to receive and distribute contributions and related funds to appropriate projects with complete alignment. These funds, allocated for our two main projects, are meaningful in education to others and will have a vast, long-term positive and beneficial reforestation and permaculture result in Amazonia. Our goal is to live in a co-creative consciousness with the Amazonia and her inhabitants, which include all living creatures. Daniel spearheads all URKU operations in the rainforest. He gathers groups of expeditionary researchers and experts and records all regional deforestations. He holds many animal and fauna charts and map locations which are included in libraries with an array of Amazonia research groups. Higher awareness of human integration into the rainforest takes into consideration unity between humans and their ecosystem, which is another common goal with the URKU MIP Peru co-creation. This is a merger of intelligence rather than a fund exchange. Simplified, we incorporate the jungle's ancient wisdom of health and well-being in exchange for implementing new open-source clean energy technologies to support people of the region. What was used for ill gain and profit in the past will now be implemented for the benefit of plants, water, air, animals, birds, and humankind. This is what MIP Peru URKU will open source. Both MIP Peru projects, as you will see in this presentation, have been overlooked by governments in the past, seeking to pocket from them for many years. MIP Peru URKU has already short-circuited this old paradigm and fused it into a bridge from old to new. The new is a search for the higher self among the Quechuan Peruvian communities, as well as the tourist industry, and extends to the scientific research community alike. Mayor of San Roque de Cambaza for 5 years, with 4 more to serve, offers this land for MIP Peru to develop a large aquaponics center. The San Roque project will render a new Quechuan name, Kawase Yaku Pushushui, which means energy and water to live. This is number 1 in the MIP Peru macro projects. Additionally, Marco Rengifu, Mayor of San Roque, is also on the board of directors at URKU, seen here at the dedicated aquaponics lot. He is keen to see his villagers working and running a self-sustainable existence in this most beautiful town. With the local villagers being self-sustainable, they will have no need to go into the forest to harvest cafe, which is a hard job and most damaging and unsustainable. Originally from Lima, he heeded the jungle's call, and Daniel arrived to the jungle 11 years ago when his dream of developing the ecotourism and communal tourism based in experiences of ancestral knowledge and housing of this region. His activities extend to the valley of the Upper Cambaza district and the valley of the Lower Mayo. Daniel also orchestrates Sakakwa Arts Center activities through his residency program, which welcomes artists from all over the world. These activities are conducted along with coordination of the local government of San Roque de Cambaza. He currently forms part of the technical team of the Kawase Yaku Pushushui project. I see, feel, and perceive a necessity of an understanding between the mother jungle and our community, living in harmony with every heart and every memento, utilizing our resources with respect and in a sustainable manner. Yaku Kausanapa is Quechuan meaning water for life. This is 4,974 hectares of rainforest needing protection and reforestation. It consists of many villages, the most prominent and accessible being Iguanamayuna, home of 700 people in 120 houses. It is a 1-hour drive south of Tarapoto and near the ancient town of Chazuta. Javier is a civil registrar and regional Quechuan president. He is probably one of the most important team members with a vast pool of local and jungle knowledge. Javier is also the head of the Quechuan Society. Javier Alvarez, an inspiring coach, a man of few but very wise words, has been working for many years investigating and knowing the reasons why we do what we do on our earth. He has been waiting patiently for the right team to come along with well thought out, practical solutions to all he sees and knows. It is the higher self that will win back jungle trust. What MIP Peru and its philosophy has brought here is a full and concise picture of everything that is needed, not just wrapping a band-aid on it. We have much educating to do to grasp what is available for our futures and our lives. It is only a matter of time now when we people rise in consciousness and really want to collectively start this cleansing process, just as Mother Ayahuasca is telling us. Caesar has been one of the mayoral candidates of Chazuta for many years. Chazuta is a major town 5 kilometers downriver from Mayuna. For the last 6 months, Caesar has been a weekly visitor to MIP Peru offices, keeping everyone informed of the latest news. He sees the corruption with the governance, but is determined to get the go-ahead of many more local projects of self-sustainability for his people. Caesar recalls, "I was told everything by Mother Ayahuasca. She told me about all the people at the top who get the money for our projects, but never deliver this funding to honest, transparent projects. I see it as my job to be the collaborator in this change needed if we are going to move on to a life with free energy, water, health, and organic food. Once we have established our own higher levels of self-esteem, we can then go back and learn how to repair the damage done in our forests from living unsustainably and learning what the forest, animals, birds, plants, and our waters are trying to tell us." Macro Project Number 1, Kause Yaku Pushushui, Water and Energy to Live. Macro Project 2, Yaku Kausanapa, Water for Life. Project Number 1 will start first on March 1st in the San Roque du Cambaza. The following month, Project 2 will start on site in Mayuna pending project funding. MIP Peru will be administered on the ground in Tarapoto by eco-research experts URKU and funded through the Dragon's Gate White Dragon family of China, URKU Presidents Daniel Vecco and the Mayor of San Roque, Marco Rengifo. It is our understanding from the Dragon's Gate that a private investor from the USA is interested in funding the expenses of this particular project, which requires the protection on offer that is provided by a 501c3 registered company. URKU's company meets that criteria. Additionally, URKU meets MIP Peru criteria for a new system of funding these projects. While setting up and designing Project Number 1, we will be paralleling the Project Number 2, Yaku Kausanapa, in Mayuna, allowing lessons to be learned in the design and build processes to be passed on and filtered through to the local sourced ground crews. Once educated, the communities of San Roque du Cambaza and Mayuna will pass on their knowledge to the residents of Quechuan, Peru, to be living a self-sustainable lifestyle. Both projects will eventually be known as the Centers of Mass Creation. These will be learning centers of clean energy, explaining how we can integrate with the jungle, plants, and animals for locals and tourists alike. These new paradigm centers of health, education, research, and improvement facilities will be for the people, built by the people. Orlando is living alone and needs our help looking after rescued wild animals and keeping the interaction with humans in a conscious light. This is tough work and is extremely demanding. This project requires dedicated individuals and interns to make this project manageable. Just the basic needs are urgently required to improve site conditions so that this beautiful and purposeful mission can continue. A site for reintegration of captured wild animals run by Master Shaman Don Crucildo and his family. He dreams of having a rainforest education center and botanical garden where people from all over can learn about the healing plants. With no water or electricity or sanitation on site, there's a further urgent need for a well-supplied rest place at this location. Aunir, the president, and the members of Santa Elena Association have been preserving this marshlands of unique flora and fauna for the last 17 years. They invite you to bring clean technologies to this project. Urgent requirements include fresh water, sanitation, and clean electricity. This project offers visitors a most spectacular 6-hour intimate jungle boat ride. Due to coffee farming in this region, a mudslide avalanched into a 40-meter diameter natural lake. Upon further research, we realized this rich mud can be removed and repurposed, bringing the lake back to its previous pristine natural existence. Alto Cachiaco is blessed by an abundance of flowers, which makes this place an ideal setting for apiculture. Again, this is another location that requires just the basic needs to entice visitors and volunteers to come and assist with the restoration of this environment. The following is a list of micro-projects here at the MIP Peru office, all built on donations. The 3D printer project, the Light Mandala project, the Aqua Hydro Aeroponics display unit, the Pyramid Meditation Retreat area, the dodecahedron and pyramid beds, the motor taxi conversion to electric, the doctor's office renovation for Dr. Darko, MIP Peru Raw Food Cafe outside the front entrance with the Rave Mandala awning project. New tools in the garage are needed with basic bench tools. The quantum energy generator, Sisu, Peru. "42 meters by 26 meters of land given over to MIP Peru for immediate development by Marco Rengifu. Jaime Olivia has done the same for Iguana Mayuna with a 1-hectare site. These lots will be the centers for large aquaponics projects within each of the villages. Lowlands Community Gardens in the Caribbean is now completely built up and running by Will Welsh and Elaine Christopher, PhD, and their freshly assembled team of skilled local workforce. The old and lost-loved Plaza Square that has not much to offer its community has now been set aside to build a giant aquaponics dome health center where our doctors can practice out of edible offices and laboratories. This is 3 floors of aquaponics operating as an edible building and conference health center. The pumps for the fish tanks and grow beds will be run by MIP Global designed wind and water turbines. Getting these local forms of transport to run on electricity is very simple. This will be one of my first projects, says MIP Global electric expert Carl Molson. Sold in Lima along with golf carts and many more types of clean energy vehicles. These can be brought to the MIP projects for demonstration and education. Official website of MIP Peru, www.xi4.com. Contact Dave Stewart of MIP Peru, mipperu4@gmail.com. Skype, MIP Peru. Daniel Vecco of URKU, carvec2@gmail.com. Official website of URKU, www.urkuperu.org.